Going? Okay, so I added 2 tablespoons of ghee and 2 tablespoons of olive oil into the pan on medium heat. Now I'm going to add in chopped onion. Well, they said dice it, but it's going to go in the crock pot so it can get softened up anyway, so I ain't got time for all that. So also, I'm going to add in garlic. So it says 3 cloves of garlic minced. I use this garlic paste, the chunky garlic paste, and you know what? 1 teaspoon equals a 1 clove of garlic. This is a lot easier for me to manage. So there's 3 cloves of garlic. I like fresh garlic, but sometimes if it goes bad, then I hate wasting food. I don't know why it is. I just hate wasting food. So I do my best not to. And I'm going to add the chicken. So it's chicken thighs. This recipe just says 4 large skinless boneless chicken thighs cut into bite-sized pieces. I get the value pack of chicken thighs, which is about 3.7 pounds, and you know I cut off a lot of the fat. I cut into pieces, so I often don't really do exactly as the recipe to begin with. So I get chicken in there. And so we want the onion to get translucent, to take a few minutes, and that's okay. Today is get food ready for the work week. This makes so much food that I usually end up taking half of it into my coworkers so they can have some too, because again, I don't like wasting food. So if I have to feed all my other drug counselors at work and my bosses and stuff, then I'm not wasting food. That's what I just don't like. I guess if you grow up kind of poor, then you usually don't like to waste food. Well, I don't anyways. But let's let that cook a little bit longer. I'm actually trying to heat up a little bit. And I need to open my tomato paste. So I don't even know how you could do this recipe with just with four chicken thighs. That's not very much. I had my whole day planned. I was going to get up early, do a makeup video on some stuff I got from Ulta, but it turned out that Mark's relatives were maybe going to stop by and we had to get grocery shopping done. So I went out with no makeup, which is whatever. I'm not going to die. Not like I'm a Barbizon model. Remember Barbizon? That's for you older people like me. So I'm stirring the chicken, and the chicken doesn't really have to be all the way cooked. It basically just starts cooking because it's going to go in the crock pot for 6 to 8 hours on low, so it'll be fine. I almost prefer not to have it cooked all the way through before I put it in, because then it could get dry, whatever. I'm not down with that. And now the magic happens. So in this container is 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 tablespoon of curry paste. See the paste on top? I just get that at the grocery store. I wish that it came in like a different container, because I just end up using 1 tablespoon of the thing half the time. Also 2 teaspoons of Tandoori masala and 1 teaspoon of Garam masala. So I'm going to toss that in there right now. Stir it in. I like to get the spices ready ahead of time in a container. That way I'm not trying to rush while I'm cooking. Stir that in. And now I need to get my can of tomato paste. I always buy a can of tomato paste when grocery shopping, and even if I don't need it right then, to have it on hand is helpful because you never know when you're going to need to whip something up real quick. And tomato paste is a great thickener, I have found. Okay, so that part's in. We'll call that good. The only thing about this recipe is this pan is so hard to clean for me, but I make it happen. So let's stir this all together. It's looking good. After this, I'm going to make some hard-boiled eggs with my Instapot pressure cooker. I love it. So Sundays for me is usually meal prep. We got another recipe that Mark and I are going to try, and it'll be one of our test kitchen. We got a recipe for dirty rice. Dirty rice. So this looks pretty stirred up good. I am going to go ahead and shut off my heat. Now this all has to go into the crock pot, like so. And then I get the joy of cleaning the pan out. So this is all in. I'm going to go ahead and set this in the sink because I got a lot of dishes to wash. So I can move this over here, the crock pot and whatnot. I just put it on the stove because I'm going to need this spot for the pressure cooker when I do my eggs. So the next thing I do, this recipe calls for yogurt, but I'm not doing any dairy in this, so I'm going to use, it calls for a can of coconut milk and a cup of yogurt. So I'm just going to use my last can of coconut milk. Because I usually buy it by the case on Amazon, so I just have that on hand. And then I'm going to steal a cup of Mark's smoothie coconut milk. But I think he'll forgive me because, like I said, he eats it too. A cup of coconut milk there. So it's just kind of double coconut milk, but guys, it's so smoothie. It's so smooth when it's done. And then another thing that it calls for is cardamom pods. They're like these little pods that are green. Then when I have them, I can string them up with a needle and thread and just leave them in and pull them out later. But since I don't have that, I'm probably gonna do like a quarter teaspoon, maybe like a half teaspoon of cardamom powder. It smells so good. So I'm gonna sprinkle that in there too, in place of the pods. Seems to work out fine. It's not my first rodeo with this. So now I'm just gonna mix this all together. It smells like an Indian restaurant in here right now. I just want you to know. So I think this will turn out fine. And we're gonna do this on low for about 8 hours, which means I'll be up till late tonight. Because you know I get up at 3 in the morning. Maybe I'll be a super badass and film my makeup in the morning when I'm doing it. And I'll see you guys later. Okay, timer says 5.5 hours left. This is how we're looking right now. I'm going to give it a stir. And also I wanted to let you know that you don't have to use rice with this. Like, you know, you use rice, you can use whatever. They finally have cauliflower rice at Safeway. Otherwise, I can make it myself with cauliflower and just put in the food processor. But this will be cool. So I'm gonna have mine with cauliflower rice. It's very good, and I'll be back with you in about 5 hours. Yay! So this is what I got for the butter chicken. I got A nice lunch serving for me tomorrow with cauliflower rice on the bottom. And some for home and some to share at work. So, see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.